Hello everyone and welcome to the lesson. Today we are going on speaking about stress, about different situations and about your ways how to cope with stress. So let's remember our text. Let's listen and read it again. Page 28, exercise 1.
Exercise 2B, page 28. Stressed out. You're studying hard for your A-levels. You've got a part-time job. Your parents are in the middle of getting a divorce, and you're worried that your best friend is mad at you. Basically, you feel like you're losing control. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone, because 92% of British teens feel stressed. So, as the pressure mounts in the run-up to exams, we thought we'd give you the lowdown on what stress is and does, and most importantly, what we can do about it. The lowdown on stress. In a nutshell, stress is the way our bodies and minds react to life's changes. Not all stress is bad. In stressful situations, the nervous system causes muscles to tense, breathing to become shallow, and adrenaline to be released into your bloodstream as your body gets ready to meet challenges with focus and strength. So a little stress can keep you on your toes. But in the long term, it can put too much strain on your heart and cause other physical and emotional symptoms, such as headaches, depression, forgetfulness, and low self-esteem. The good news, however, is that you can deal with stress before it gets out of hand. So take control and remember your ABCs. A is for action. You can take action when stress is created by something you can control. If you have too many things to do, for example, try to break tasks down into smaller chunks and deal with one thing at a time in order of priority. Perhaps it's just that you've taken on too much. If so, give up an after-school activity for a while, for example, or ask a friend or family member to help you lighten the load. B is for bear it. If there's nothing you can do, you'll just have to grin and bear it. If at first you can't change your feelings, learn how to control your thoughts. When you feel overwhelmed, take slow, deep breaths and count to 10. Later, once you've calmed down, analyze the problem rationally. Perhaps you could repeat a saying to help you accept your situation, such as, "One day I'll laugh about this." Also, try to keep things in perspective and don't be too dramatic. Saying that you're pulling your hair out or that your workload is killing you will only make you feel worse. C is for cope. Find ways to handle your stress. For a start, doing something relaxing, such as going for a walk or for a coffee with a friend, will help take your mind off the things that are bugging you. Or perhaps writing poetry or keeping a diary will help you to deal with your negative emotions. Last but not least, getting enough sleep, exercising and eating regular nutritious meals are all essential for coping with stress. Above all, try to keep a sense of humor and a positive attitude. You don't have to let your problems rule your life.
So, we remembered the plot of the text and now we are to work with the words. In the dialogues, you are to choose one word that goes better in this situation. If you are not sure, check the words in the dictionary. You stop the video and choose the correct word. Exercise 5, page 28. Now let's check what you have done. You look like you've been under a lot of stress lately. I have. I'm totally losing control. I can't cope with all this pressure. Take it easy. Things will get better. Is there something you want to get off your chest? I've broken up with Susie. Let's meet on Sunday. Sorry, I am up to my eyes in schoolwork. Stop it. He can't take the stress. A little pressure won't hurt. He's going through a really hard time. I know. His parents' divorce has caused him great emotional stress. This workload is killing me. Cheer up. 2 more weeks and then it will be over. I think it was not difficult and you managed perfectly well. Going further, let's have a look at the words and check if you know them. Giving, proportion, take, strain, temper, tired, building, and getting. If you don't know any of the words, find them in the dictionary. And now you are to put these words in the sentences. Stop the video and complete the task. Well, what have we got? I'm just sick and tired of doing exams all the time. I'm so fed up with the way I look. It's really getting me down. I'm losing control. I can't take it anymore. Things are as bad as they seem, Tracy. Don't get things out of proportion. John makes me so angry. I lost my temper with her again yesterday. I think he's feeling the strain of his parents' divorce. I haven't just started feeling stressed. It's been building up for weeks. My parents are giving me a hard time. I think it was easy. Then you are to work with some verbs which help us show some peculiarities of speaking. Snarl, stammer, whisper, sign, and groan. Check the words in the dictionary before you do the task. Well, checking. Don't do that again, he snarled at me angrily. I don't know anything, he stammered nervously. We have finished, John sighed with relief. She was so scared she could only whisper her name in a low voice. Oh no, not again! Sally groaned in agony. Learn these words. They can make your speech and your writing brighter. Now, a piece of grammar we are to remember today. Relative clauses. Relative clauses are used in any situation of communication when we want to make a longer and more complicated sentence. What are relative clauses? We use them to speak about people, things, or places, and you are to be careful with the conjunctions. Итак, что такое относительные предложения? Предложения, в которых вы даете распространенное пояснение к чему-либо. The girl who you can see over there is my friend. Девчонка, которую вы видите вон там, моя подружка. The place where I spend the main part of my life is my work. Место, где я провожу большую часть своей жизни, это моя работа. То есть это сложно подчиненные предложения. Ваша задача правильно использовать союзы. Если мы говорим о людях, who или that. Мы говорим о предметах и животных, which или that. That вариант универсальный. Когда мы говорим о отношении к кому-то, who или whom, кого. Если мы говорим о принадлежности, о людях мы говорим whose. Если мы хотим сказать о принадлежности какого-то предмета, то мы скорее скажем of which. Whose не так употребимо. Now, you are to do exercises. You are to complete the sentences using conjunctions. Итак, вставляем союзы так, чтобы получились сложно подчиненные предложения. Let's check what you have got. Buckingham Palace, where the royal family live, is a popular tourist attraction in London. Jenny, whose brother is in my class, won the beauty contest. The boys who were sitting behind us are in the same class as me. The suit which he wore to the party was very expensive. People who dress smartly make a good impression. London, which has a population of over 7 million, is a multicultural city. The woman who just entered the room is our new teacher. The office where my mother works is in the center of the city. Managed. One more task. You are to read the text and complete with the who, where, when, why, and so on. Well, checking your work. The person who I remember most from my childhood is my grandfather. He was my mother's father, and she used to take me to visit him every Thursday evening. The rooms in his house, which was a lot older than the one where we lived, were very small, so if he had a lot of visitors, I would go into the garden to play. I remember one day when my cousin Graham, who was older than me, was also there, and she suggested we pick some apples from the tree, which was at the end of the garden. Unfortunately, Granddad saw us, and he angrily demanded to know whose idea it had been to take the apples without asking him first. Graham and I were terrified because we had never seen him so angry before. I never went near the apple tree again. So, such a story, and now it's time for your homework. You are to write a letter of advice how to cope with stress connected with your school. You are to write between 120 140 words. One more thing, you are to use relative clauses in your writing. Не забудьте в своем письме употребить хотя бы 2-3 предложения с относительными местоимениями, с нашими сложно сочиненными предложениями, на которые мы только что посмотрели. Это одно из условий высокой оценки. Если я не вижу употребленных сложно сочиненных предложений, значит оценка будет снижена. So, for today that's all. Goodbye.